So in an interview Salman Rushdie gave to the Paris Review in 2005, the following exchange took place. So the interviewer, in both the Satanic Verses and Midnight's Children, as well as some essays, there's a notion that you've ascribed to yourself and your characters alike, the God-shaped whole. Does that phrase still speak to you? To which Salman Rushdie replied, there is in human beings a need for something that is not material, a thing that gets called spiritual. We all have a need for the idea that there is something beyond our physical being in the world. We need exaltation. If you don't believe in God, you still have the need to feel exalted from time to time and consoled. You still need an explanation. And you need the other thing that religion gives you, which is community, the sense of something shared, a common language, a common metaphor structure, a way of explaining yourself to people, a shorthand. Religion provides all of that to people who can have it. Now, if you can't have religion, then those are big absences that you have to find somewhere else. That's the whole. The two big questions of religion are, where do we come from and how should we live? I'm interested, as a fiction writer, in the fictions we have made up as a race to explain our origins, but I'm not interested in them as explanations. I don't go to priests for the answers to these questions. When we do, look what happens. Khomeini happens, the Taliban happens, the Inquisition happens. I have to say, I think that Salman is being slightly naive if he thinks that the only threat to our freedoms comes from religious groups. The secular can be just as intolerant as the religious. And I'm not just thinking of the two great secular ideologies of the 20th century, communism and fascism, but also the woke cult that has gathered so much momentum over the past 10 years or so. And the people we end up defending at the FSU are not, for the most part, heretics being persecuted by religious fundamentalists, but are more often the devoutly religious being targeted by militant secularists. As Chesterton famously said, when people stop believing in God, they don't believe in nothing, they believe in everything. So I wanted to make a general plea for tolerance, not just from the religious, although certainly from the religious, but also from the non-religious, including those who think of themselves as woke. Thank you.